Silverton Gold. It's the third novel from Western fiction author Jon Hovis, now a New Mexican, and he joins us this morning to talk about it. Welcome, Jon.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
It's great to have you on the show. I love your whole look. It's very, very Southwestern.
It was a gift from my mom for Christmas. So.
Was it really?
Yes.
So we'll give kudos to your mom for making sure her son looks good all the time. Well, what I want to talk a little bit about first, of course, is the book. Silverton Gold is the story of a Pinkerton agent that's just tracking stolen gold and outlaws throughout the high country of Colorado. And this is all the way back in 1890s. So what I want to do is tell the viewers what your inspiration was for a book like this.
Well, my first inspiration was a friend of mine had told me the gold that was mined out of the mountains up there was shipped through the mail.
Shipped through the mail?
I was like, that's crazy.
Right.
So that gave me the story idea. Okay, if I were an outlaw looking to steal gold, how would I, and I heard that. And so that's what inspired me to write the book.
Wow.
And, Silverton, 1890s, even though the West was starting to be tamed at that time, Silverton was still a wild town.
Sure.
Anything goes, so, but I had my main character is the Pinkerton detective. He comes in, kind of an unassuming guy.
Right.
Kind of blends in a little bit, but a little more refined in the way he upholds the law. Right. And so even though he's in the Wild West, he kind of sees this this area that's new to him, and
kind of unexpected.
It's unexpected, so you kind of see the story through his eyes as it develops.
And that's really the nice way to tell the story. I think even when we watch old Western movies, a lot of times it's told in a way that the hero is initially the antagonist, and this way you're seeing it through the eyes of the hero, which I kind of like. And I also want to ask you, because I'm curious, what you say what your inspiration is for this book, but what makes you write about the Old West? What is it about your life that has made you want to write about the Old West?
Well, I love the West. I grew up in Maryland.
Oh, you did?
On the East Coast, but reading Louis L'Amour books, watching Westerns, John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, loved all that stuff. Then moved to New Mexico when I was 17.
Oh.
And just, suddenly find myself in the Old West that I love so much, reading about growing up.
That is so cool.
And, I get out, I explore, I go hiking, I go up to places like Silverton and
research.
Absolutely. And so now like I say, I find myself living in the West that I loved, and it's very inspiring to be out here, and
I love it.
I love the mountains, the desert, everything, the culture, the history of the area.
A good Maryland boy, and he's found love in the West, which is great. And you actually wrote in some other books as well. So tell us about the previous books you have.
Right. My first book was The Feather Gang. I self-published that one, the first two, The Preacher as well. And,
I like the art as well on your covers.
The first one was done by the publisher. The Preacher was actually a friend of mine. She drew that.
Really?
And, yeah.
And what about for this one, for Silverton Gold? Who did the
Sue
art
Hanauer, another friend of mine, lives in Rio Rancho.
Okay.
And she did the cover art for that as well.
So cool. Now, how can we get the books?
Excellent question.
Yes, that's important.
You can go to my website, jonhovis.com.
Okay.
There's links on there. You can order it direct from the publisher.
Oh, good.
It's available online everywhere, Amazon, Borders, Barnes & Noble.
Fabulous.
Yes,
and it's a really easy read as well. I mean, just the way it's written, the style it's written in. You can sit down and read it before bed, and it's just a really good read, and it's a really interesting book. And I like your inspiration. That's exciting. I always like to hear where you draw from as an author. So it's really nice to have you here. Jon Hovis, of course, we want to wish you great luck with the book and hope to see more of them from you as well.
I plan on it.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. And of course, as you know, you can go to jonhovis.com or Amazon Borders and several other bookstores to get the book.